can't stand no more, cause no more food. I cannot go to school, cause no more money.
Hello, we are happy to come your way again with this radio talk show called TSM Pidgin. The TSM, that's a news organization or news group on the internet, helping you always to make sure that different kind of stories that are going around, you get the correct one on the internet, on the radio, in newspapers then. So, my name is Seo Watosi, your TSM friend, bringing you this talk. Let's start with this story. Mr. Armstrong Goba Serekpo, he running for the position of senator in Nimba County now. Serekpo tepa in two elections that passed. The first one that was in 2017. But he was running to be representative. And then one man, they call Joseph Sowambi, they will win him. Then in 2023, he ran to be senator, but Mr. Prince Johnson win him. And now Mr. Prince Johnson died. So that position is open again and everybody running. And so Serekpo, that one person who running for this thing here. Serekpo go on one radio station, they call Radio Kegema, and he says something about the people of Nimba County. He say in Nimba County, the amount of people put together, the record he get, they are 7% of all the people in Liberia here. Then the Gio people, what they call the Gio tribe, they get 8.5% of all the people in Liberia here. Now, this particular radio here that Serekpo told the thing on, it is in Ganta, Nimba County. And people in Bon County, some part of Bon County, some part of Guinea, and some part of Africa can hear the radio station here anytime it is played. So with something like this, TSM, as you know, always making sure that they check or may fact check with any story that come out so that you will be able to get the correct one. So they go to the record, the Liberia population record, human being record in Liberia here, what the people do in 2022. And then what they call the 2022 Liberia population and housing census. They also go to this report here where they do the same thing for 2008. So they decided to do something like this here so that they will actually get the fact about what Serekpo say, whether that Niba people and Mano people, that 7% of all the people in Liberia and Kio people, 8.5% that he say. And this particular office here, what they call LASGES, that's the office that government put down to check all the people in this country and make a record. So on the record, one of the record for 2022, one of the page they call page 46, the TSM went there and what they found is that the report concerning the different people, for example, in that 2022, the Gio tribe, they make up 7.9%. And then the Mano tribe, they make up 7.2% of the population in Liberia here. Going back to the same report for 2008, and that report put it down to say that all the Gio people in Nimba County, the people go check them. There are 276,293 people that the Gio people were in Nimba County. Who they check there? Why the Mano people that are in Nimba County, who they check? They 273,249. Now, the thing I'm talking, I want you to hear it. When the people were checking, that how they check the Kio people that are in Nimba and check the Mano people that are in Nimba, that they record what they get here. There are other Kio people and Nimba people who are in different part of the country, but they ain't check them there. They check them in any area there where they find them. But they're talking about the one that what they check in Nimba County here. So for the 2008 record, the Kio people, they get 8%, while the Nimba County, the Mano people get 7.9% in Nimba County. So with all of this checking that TSM do, they say checking the record from 2022 and 2008, the thing where Mr. Armstrong go back, Serekpo say they want a partly true, and now all that correct. Anyway, they figure then when he put down, the one that they don't match the mean record that the record put down. So to say that there are 7% for the Mano people and 8.5% for the Kio people, they want a different small. But he really hate the neighbor, he not hate the Google on the head. So it's partly true. On Sunday, March 16, 2025, one bishop in town here, big churchman, they call Right Reverend Dr. G. Bishop Victor Patmo. He's a bishop for the church here they call the Lutheran Church in Liberia. He was preaching one day, on this day here, on Sunday, and he said this one. And you are doing the preaching here in Kakata, to the St. Paul Lutheran Church in Kakata. So the Bishop Patmo say, this church here, Lutheran Church, is old. It's an old church in Liberia here. But even though it's old, it's not standing by itself. It's still depending on other people for it to go on. Other help them from this place, from that place. And so for this reason, he say, everybody in Liberia here with this kind of thing here, it's a bad thing for you to say you the older person, then you still not able to do anything for yourself. You still depending on people. He said it was the first church in Africa here said that what made the Lutheran Church so old. TSM decided to check on all these things here, where he said whether the Lutheran Church actually was the older church in Africa here. TSM checking, they found out that this particular church here, Lutheran Church here, it started in 1860. And the Lutheran missionary people from America, they the one brought Lutheran Church here in Africa around that time in 1860. There are plenty of other things inside that Lutheran Church there. For Bishop Patmo say, the church, even though it's old, it still not really can stand on its own. TSM decided to ask Bishop Patmo, this thing you talk here, we want to check it. Is it true that you say the Lutheran Church, that the oldest church that was the first in Africa here, but then Bishop Patmo turned back and said, well, I hear what you say, but I need to still check before I can really say yes or no, even though I say it like that. So TSM started checking. When TSM went to check, they found out that the Lutheran Church, they call the Evangelical Lutheran Church in Strand Street in Cape Town, is one of the oldest church building. That particular church is one of the oldest church building in South Africa. And that particular church building, they put it down in 1792, way back before 1860, long before 1860, 1792. That really something like a statue that people will put down for people to look at it and remember it. That was in 1949. They do it in South Africa there. So TSM say with all of the checking, where it finished checking, it come to the conclusion that the first Lutheran church that was in Africa here, that's the Evangelical Lutheran Church that is in South Africa. That it is not the Lutheran church that they put down in 1860. So the thing where the bishop said, Bishop Patmo, is not too correct. One of the senators from Mangibi County, Senator Nathaniel F. McGill, he used to be the minister in the president's office, especially so when President George Weah was president in Liberia here. Senator McGill was one of the 8 government officials that the American government people put sanction on because they said they were doing corruption. Well, with all this in mind, he ran to be senator and he got it in 2023. In few days, Senator McGill was in a meeting with his citizens somewhere in Mangibi County in the area they call Doro Town, Lower Mangibi County. That place he put it down to say that when the CDC people, by the time they were leaving the government now, because the CDC people lost the election in 2023, so when they were leaving, they prepared a budget and put in a $600,000 for them to fix the C.H. Rennie Hospital in Kakata. This hospital here, fire got it the other day because they said about electrical shock got it, and this particular thing get burned. The whole hospital burned. From that time on, they were supposed to build a hospital here, and they said they've been putting money in the budget for them to build it. Now, that up to today, that whole process ain't go nowhere yet. So Senator McGill talked to citizens in his town hall meeting in Doro Town and talk about something like this here. He even said, beside the $600,000 that the government put down, the CDC government put down to fix their hospital again to build it, there are other money that government been putting in the budget for this hospital here, but still nothing. And you know the C.H. Rennie Hospital here, they built it in 1970, and it was one of the main hospitals in that place here, but fire catch it like I told you in August 2021. So when Senator McGill put something like this here down, TSM decided to check the story and make sure that went to the 2023 budget that Senator McGill talked about. And the 2023 budget that the government put down, because the government now put okay on that budget in 2024. By that time now, the CDC people finished leaving, that the new government now running it. And so TSM people actually finding out that yes, the $600,000 that Senator McGill talked about in our 2023 budget for true, that the people put okay on in 2024. This money that in the budget here, it was there to actually make sure that they fix this particular hospital here in the county. Still, when the people do the budget, like I say, when the new government handle the budget again, the same $600,000. But then when the new government decided to do this budget here again, what they call recast, the recast budget, they now only pull in there $300,000. That's why they pull down from the $600,000 that they had inside the budget for that particular hospital for them to start work. Since that time, TSM find out that no serious thing have been going on compared to that hospital where boring that time for people to really face it. So TSM say from all the checking that is coming from doing, checking this record, checking that record, TSM say the thing that Senator McGill say about that $600,000 is partly correct. Because why? TSM find out that from the $600,000, the government in the 2024 recast, the body do the budget again, it show $300,000 that they want to put down for them to do that hospital. There's another story here. Representative Samuel Coker from Niba County, he from District 5. The few times he talks, say, on the radio, on one radio station they call Gumpa Radio, and he says something like this. He say the more pay or salary for the senators and representatives, all these years that is same. Representative salary is less than $100,000 every year. Another thing he say is Representative Fekai is the representative for District 1 in Grand Cape Mount County. Then another thing he say, Madam Edith Gonglo Ware took Jeremiah Kuhn to court for 7 months. Representative Coker, he run a campaign because he want to be senator to take the place for Senator Prince Johnson who died. And there are other people too who are running for that. So that people can go on radio, they go do campaign, they talk this, they talk that, they talk this. So that's some of the things that he talk here. So this is the thing that TSM decided to check to make sure that they bring you the correct story. And this particular man, Senator Prince Johnson, who that people now trying to replace, he was the longest serving senator in Liberia here. First, they voted for him in 2005. Their tenure finished. Then the senator came back again. Plenty time, senator in 2023, and he win. But this time, Senator Johnson became sick and he died. So his position open now. Coker, he was not member of Prince Johnson party in Niba County. He was a member of one party they call the PUP, People's Unification Party. But now because he want to be senator, he believed that when he joined the party for Senator Johnson, the people of Niba County will vote for him. So he left the PUP party and joined the Senator Johnson party, what they call the MDR, what they call Movement for Democracy and Reconstruction, the MDR. So Samuel Coker, when he put his hand up, he said he want to run to be senator. Niba County, some strong Niba County people, especially so more than the wealth for the late Senator Prince Johnson, put okay on him. And so everybody running campaign now and talking plenty things. So TSM decided to check all this story here. The first story they get on to that Representative Coker put down to talk about the senator and the representative and their salary. So they check one record, what they call the asset declaration form from this senator here from Mosurado County, Darai Dillon, and then Mr. Jonathan Sibwe from Ribaji County. The one that they put down to the government correction office, they put it there and say their money what they can make is something like $129,992. So if you divide it by 12, you will get $10,832 every month that the one the senator then can get. For the representative, their salary, the document that the TSM get, they find it out that the representative, their salary per year, that $105,000 US. If you divide it by 12, you will get $8,810 every month. TSM going on wanting to find out the particular story here to see whether they think what the man talk that true. So they check with the people who are in charge of news matter to the House of Representatives and the House of Senators. But these people, they say they not told nothing. So Oscar Mulba and that other man they call Abba Hines, no, they not talk back to TSM to say anything about the thing. They don't want to talk about the BB people, their salary. So up to now, TSM not get nothing from them yet. So TSM went on to check the other thing where Representative Koka talk. He said Representative Bese Suni Fekai that the lawmaker from Grand Cape Mar County, he's a lawmaker for District 1. This one is not true. Fekai is the lawmaker for District 3. Because right now, the record show that one Bentu Masale is a representative for District 1 in Grand Cape Mar County. The other story that Koga pulled down to say one of the person running for the position of senator called Edith Gonglo were carry Jeremiah Kun to court when the voting for the senator in Niba County in 2020 was going on and carry Jeremiah Kun to court for 7 months. This one here is not true. In 2020, Jeremiah Kun, who is the vice president now, he was represented that time, so he decided to run. And Madam Edith Gonglo were also decided to run. So when they went in a voting, time to count the vote, Madam Edith Gonglo were said there was cheating. Either Gonglo were run on the ticket for this group of political parties they call Collaborating Political Parties, CPP. So they went in the court. But what TSM finished finding out is the National Elections Commission declared that time they say Jeremiah Kun was the person who finished winning the thing and Either Gonglo were decided to go to court. So on Wednesday, March 31, 2021, could look in a case and say, okay, we will keep our ruling here until later. So, Madam Edith Gonglo were carried Jeremiah Kun to court and the case, Koga said the case takes 7 months. No, the record showed that the case took 4 months at the time the people ruled. So all that thing where Representative Koga say is not true. Well, that's all we get time for on this TSM Pidgin today. My name is Seo Watosi.
No more money.